once again, all my fellow patriots and you filthy leftist stalkers out there. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela Box. You're watching Angela's Soapbox, where I say what you are thinking. And a little funny that just happened. I was about 5 minutes into filming this video and I realized I didn't push record. So, whoops, nothing taped. So we're going to do this again. All right. If you're not subscribed to this channel, I would surely appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, share my content, make sure to comment on this video, give it a thumbs up, and piss off the leftists because they hate my guts. So it's fun for everybody if you do it. Now, every week on my channel, I dedicate a sea turtle killing plastic straw to a filthy leftist. And this week, it goes to the collective left as they're having their latest meltdown over something. And of course, like everybody else is talking about, I'm going to be talking about the replacement for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And this one's for you, filthy leftist. All of you, worldwide, having a meltdown. Now, the shock heard around the world last Friday night, or was it Thursday night? I don't remember. But when Justice Ginsburg died, and I will say this, to a person, every conservative I saw on social media or on television or whatever was very complimentary of Justice Ginsburg and her legacy and the life she led. Quite an extraordinary life. And, you know, look, we can vehemently disagree with everything she stood for, which I pretty much did. But, you know, by and large, she was supposed to be a very nice lady and, you know, she believed in what she believed. And I can't fault her for that. Like, you know, it would be like someone saying, when Justice Scalia died, we hate him for what he believed and, you know, whatever. But look how the left handles when someone on the right dies compared to how the right handles when someone on the left dies. Totally different animal. And that really shows you who these people are. Because as I mentioned, not one conservative said one bad thing about Justice Ginsburg. And they said, we can disagree with what she believed in, but we understand that her life is extraordinary and we honor that. And I do as well. However, when a Republican dies or a conservative dies, the left, take, for example, the president's brother who died a couple of months ago or maybe a month ago. The left was vitriolic, mean-spirited, and cruel as they always are. Vicious. And whenever a Republican or a conservative dies, they are vicious, cruel, and they show their true colors. And, you know, that's just the way it is. We've been living through hell because of the left for the last few months. Never forget that everything we're living through at this present moment, the coronavirus scam that, you know, again, I'll make the qualification. Yes, it's real, but their reaction to it was purely propaganda. Them withholding hydroxychloroquine in order to make people sicker, jack up the death rate. Democrats throwing sick people into nursing homes to jack up the death rate. All of this hopefully will be coming out, and it was all to win an election. Everything we're seeing right now, the riots, the propaganda hoax, and now the reaction to Ginsburg's death. It's all about the election. So we've seen very clearly who the left is. I feel like, you know, they've gotten so arrogant. They believe their media, and because they have all the bureaucracy, they have academia, Hollywood, and now sports, and basically all our culture locked down. They think that the rest of America is going in lockstep with them, and we're just not. And NFL ratings and the crash of the Emmys ratings and all the award shows should prove that to them. But they're arrogant and stupid. So they're doing what they do and gnashing their teeth and threatening more riots and more chaos if they don't get their way. And President Trump does not nominate a replacement for Ginsburg. But the good news is that President Trump is not like every other wimp Republican we've ever had. And that's why we love him. Idiot, filthy leftist. We love him because he's like, no. It is my constitutional duty to fill this seat. It is still my term. Someone died during my term. I will fill the seat. And, you know, don't let them fool you for 1 second. If the shoe were on the other foot and the Democrats had the Senate and the presidency, they would have already filled the seat. President Trump is waiting for Ginsburg to be buried, or at least have a few days in between her death and the announcement out of respect. But the Democrats would have done the exact same thing. And the media have been like, oh, well, this is just fine. And they mentioned in the 2016 how President Obama brought up Merrick Garland for a vote, and the Republicans are like, no, it's an election year, we can't do that. What they said was, the Republicans have the Senate, Democrats have the presidency. It is a divided situation. So no, during an election year, we're not going to do that. And there's great precedent for that, by the way, Democrats and media. And there's also great precedent for doing what President Trump is doing. So it's going to be very interesting to see, isn't it? If President Trump nominates someone like, Amy Coney Barrett, who I think is the front runner right now. She is a Catholic woman, pro-life, clerked for Justice Scalia for 20 years. She sits on the 7th Circuit as a justice there, or a judge on the 7th Circuit. She has 7 children, 2 of which are adopted from Haiti. I mean, I can't wait. If there are hearings, and the Republicans don't even have to have hearings. We can just have a vote. But if there are hearings, can you imagine? Can you imagine how awful the left will look trying to attack this woman? I mean, look, we can never remember what they did to Brett Kavanaugh, ever. The left, I remember I wrote on my angelasoapbox.com blog a solid month of Brett Kavanaugh articles. And it was just unbelievable what they did to that man. And that witch, Christine Blasey Ford, I don't remember anything, but Brett Kavanaugh raped me, and no one corroborates anything I'm saying, but I'm going to come up and talk like a baby, and maybe all you dumb liberals can give me $1 million in my GoFundMe account, which they did. Christine Blasey Ford has yet to be held accountable for her lies, and neither has Swetnick or any of the other liars, Deborah Ramirez, who came forward and spewed lies about Brett Kavanaugh. I'm still waiting for those criminal referrals, Judiciary Committee, but I guess we'll keep waiting for that. But we can never forget what the left tried to do to Brett Kavanaugh and how they tried to destroy him, and they will not. They will not do it again, because we have a president who actually stands up for the American people. We have a president who has been completely transparent in the people on his list for the Supreme Court, which I will remind you is one of the reasons he got elected. So all the Republicans that are, waffling like Romney and Murkowski, who are just worthless. Susan Collins has always been a wishy-wash, but she did the right thing on Kavanaugh. If Murkowski and Romney do not want President Trump with a fire lit under his ass in 2 or 3 years, or whenever their terms come up, going against them, supporting their primary opponent and getting them kicked the hell out of the Senate, they would be wise to vote for his nominee, because it's going to be a fantastic nominee. And it's like, what kind of Republican are you then if you will not vote to confirm a president's nominee who is totally qualified and who would be a fantastic jurist on the Supreme Court? And for the never Trumpers who are, stomping their feet and gnashing along with the left, look, this president has gotten more accomplished for the conservatives and the conservative movement than you people ever had or ever could. He was an outsider that came in and he said, why can't we do things differently? And he has. And like his daughter said, he's changed Washington. Washington hasn't changed him. So let's keep changing Washington, shall we? I'm all for this. I cannot wait. And the left, again, they would have done the exact same thing. And here's another thing. The Democrats are, as we know, very arrogant and very stupid. And when Harry Reid decided in 2013 to get rid of the filibuster for judicial nominees, they think, well, we'll have the Senate forever. Turnabout is fair play. So now we're going to see what happens when the shoe is on the other foot. And we don't have to have a 60-vote majority. In fact, we didn't have to have it for Gorsuch and Kavanaugh either. So they are arrogant. They are stupid. They think they're going to be in power for perpetuity, but they are not. And just because they own the entire culture does not mean normal America is with them. So I'm very, very, very excited for President Trump's pick. I think it's going to be a great pick. And we'll see how the left reacts. And we're still waiting on Joe Biden's list for Supreme Court nominees. And you notice he said yesterday, I'm not going to put one out. I don't have to. I'm Joe Biden. I don't know what day it is. But supposedly, one of the names on his list is the governor of Georgia, Stacey Abrams, the large Marge in charge with the little gap in her teeth. One of the most certifiably crazy leftists out there. And Joe Biden knows that normal America would be like, no. So this is going to be very interesting, guys. I'm going to cut it short this week when I only have one thing to talk about. It goes quickly. I might come back later in the week, who knows? But if I don't, have an awesome week, everybody. And oh, if you are in the Houston area, this Saturday, September 26th, we are having the Unmuzzled Rally to protest Governor Abbott's mass ordinances and bar lockdowns, and also the tyrannical mayor of Houston, Sylvester Turner, and his little henchwoman, Dora the Woke Hitler Explorer, Lena Hidalgo. And we will be peacefully protesting in front of her office, 10 a.m., Saturday the 26th, 1001 Preston Street. So please, if you're in the area, please come support this rally, this cause, and the great Dr. Stella Emanuel will be speaking. She of the Let Me Test Your Urine. And I mentioned last week what a crush I have on her. Not an actual crush, but I admire her, and I'm super excited to meet her. And I will be speaking as well. So please come out and support fellow patriots. Don't wear a mask. Don't be afraid. They're all lying to you, and common sense and liberty shall prevail if we vote the right way, America. So until next time, I'll see ya, and keep freaking out, leftists, because we're just getting started. Bye.